Hi, mamas. Welcome to Wise Woman Wednesday. Today, I'm here with Susan Morley, founder of SusanMorley.com. Hey, Susan.
Hi.
So I'm really excited for this conversation today. Susan is going to be sharing with us all about Whole30, specifically how we can use Whole30 to feel more grounded in what we serve our children, our families, and honestly, ourselves. Because if you've been part of Mommy Circle for any amount of time, that this is a place where we put the me back in mommy. So I'm excited to talk about ways that we can use the Whole30 to feel grounded and feel more ready to really begin the school year from a place of empowerment. So Susan, welcome. I want to invite you to share a little bit about yourself and your process.
Sure. Thank you so much, Isabel, for having me. I'm really excited to be here and especially to share about the Whole30. And this sounds kind of maybe cliche, but it really did change my life. But hold on, I'll explain how. So first, just a little bit about me. I'm a mom. I've got two teenage girls, a senior and a freshman, and school here in Georgia started the 1st of August. So I'm almost a month into the school year. And actually my daughter asked me, can we do a Whole30 together in August, my older daughter. So I said, sure. And so this is really perfect timing. So I've got two girls. I was a single mom for 12 years. And so one of the things that I really learned was how to take care of myself while on a very tight budget. And so I do not come from a place of, I'm going to buy all the expensive organic meats all the time because I'm such a crunchy mama.
Yes.
No, I mean, I understand that sometimes you're going to have to get I don't know what grocery stores are or where you live, but here, the Winn-Dixie, which is not the nicest grocery store.
Yeah.
So maybe not the known, like the Whole Food kind of thing. So I get it, is what I want to say. I'm lucky that I met a wonderful man and we got remarried, so I understand the stresses and anxieties of a blended family too. With every blessing seems a little bit of anxiety comes along.
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do feel like the Whole30 helped me manage it. So really quick also, back in 2009, actually when Melissa Hartwood came up with the Whole30, I started my parent coaching business. And over the years, what I realized is I only want to work with moms. And so now I have SusanMorley.com, and everything that I do is geared towards moms, whether it's helping moms figure out how to discipline their kids or helping moms who want to make a change maybe with their relationship with alcohol or with the way they're eating. And then the way I do that is the Whole30, and that's what I'm going to introduce today. So what is the Whole30? Whole30, first of all, I'm going to tell you what it isn't. It is not a diet, which is what? It's really not a diet. The diet industry is probably $1 billion+ industry. And this is not about selling a new thing. Actually, and I'm going to show you in a little bit, everything you need to do the Whole30 is available online for free. I mean, you have to buy your food, but all the knowledge is free and available, and that really turned me on. So the Whole30, what it is it's a reset. And it's called the Whole30, not the Whole Forever, because you're just going to do it for 30 days. So you're going to eat meats, chicken, fruits, and vegetables. And so the highest quality that your family budget can afford is what we recommend. But you don't have to buy organic, although again, it is recommended because it just is better. Melissa has a book that really explains all the science of it, but for purposes of today, it's just better. You can trust me on that.
Yep.
We do avoid some foods. And this list is longer, and it's longer because of, if we've seen Food Inc. or any of these documentaries, you understand why the list is long. So we avoid legumes, and that includes peanuts. We avoid dairy. Y'all, that includes cheese. I'm sorry.
And butter.
I know, that was my one thing. I didn't want It avoids all added sugar, additives like sulfates or MSG, dyes. You have to eliminate all alcohol, including cooking wine, grains, baked goods, treats like banana pancakes, grain-free treats, not allowed on the Whole30. And finally, no scales. And the reason we ask you to hide your scale or give it away to somebody for 30 days is because you are more than a number. And you are worth more than whatever a scale says or Ian Taylor says your size is. And so the focus is what she calls NSVs or non-scale victories. And I really highly recommend keeping a journal. You can just put it in your Google Calendar, just the little things that you notice as you're on this Whole30 journey. And I promise it really will change your life. So really quickly, I'll tell you, I did it. I didn't want to do it. And then it kept coming, like smacking me in the face, Whole30, Whole30. I was like, fine, I'm just going to do it. So I did it in March, which is my birthday month, which is not a good time to do it. So don't do what I did. But so I did it. And the first thing I noticed was in week 2, my shoulders stopped hurting. I'm a tennis player and I had some pain. And one day I was like, wow, it just doesn't hurt anymore because the inflammation was going away. And I was constantly popping, pain relievers and anti-inflammatory over-the-counter pills because I was constantly in pain, basically. So the second thing I noticed was that at 10 a.m. and at 3 p.m., I wasn't tired and I wasn't looking for food. I work from home. This is my home office here. And at 10 a.m., like clockwork, I'm in there. Oh, what can I eat? Or 3 p.m., oh, I need a nap. That wasn't happening anymore. And I was shocked. And that was week 2. So I'm not going to spoil it, but that was what I found. So for 30 days, you're going to follow this guideline. You can eat as many meals as you need a day. The guideline is 3. If you're very, very active, like let's say you're a runner, you might need an extra mini meal or maybe even 2 extra mini meals. There's no measuring, there's no weighing. You eat real whole foods and it is life-changing. And one of the things that a lot of people notice is that their anxiety goes down. Quick note, if you're under any kind of doctor's care for anxiety, please definitely, you always want to check with your doctor. I want to say that because that is important. Don't get off of any medicine or anything like that. You need to talk to your doctor about those things. Your doctor will most likely be all fine with you doing this. And I want to share just a couple sentences from a woman who had a lot of anxiety and how the Whole30 changed her. And I've just got it written down here. Her name is AJ, and this is what she wrote. The Whole30 has been the best thing I have ever done for my overall health. I have continued eating real whole foods for the past 2 months since finishing that first round. Through some reintroduction, I have discovered specifically what triggers my anxiety, and I know to eliminate those foods from my life. So the reintroduction she's talking about is actually really simple. So you're eating great and feeling great at the end of these 30 days. Now you're going to reintroduce in a very systematic way these problematic foods. Now, when you reintroduce rice, for example, maybe nothing happens. Maybe you reintroduce rice on a Wednesday, and on Thursday you feel fine because you go back to your Whole30 regular. Friday, you're eating, your Whole30 regular and you feel fine. Then by Saturday, you can say, you know what? Rice doesn't cause me any problems. So that by the end of the reintroduction of all the food groups, you can probably have rice with most of your meals and not have a problem. Wouldn't that be nice to know?
Right, yeah.
What foods cause you problems and what foods don't. So the other thing about the reintroduction that I found most helpful, so let's say Aunt Sandra makes the best apple pie on the planet, right? And you're done with your Whole30, you're done with your reintroduction, you know what foods trigger you, and let's say sugar is one of those foods that maybe makes you feel kind of down in the dumps the next day after you eat it, which is not uncommon. You go to see Aunt Sandra. You've got nothing to do after you see Aunt Sandra for a couple of days. maybe you go ahead and eat that apple pie because you know you can Netflix the day away and it would be okay.
Yeah.
But if you have like a big presentation or you need to have a lot of energy the day after you visiting at Sandra, maybe you say, can you put that in a to-go container so I can freeze it and eat it later?
Yes.
That is food freedom. The ability to make a really good sound decision. Nobody's telling you to eat it or not to eat it. You make the decision.
Yeah.
So I wanted to highlight really quick, before I get to the mom piece, a couple of things that are free. I printed some out. So they have the rules. I just printed them out from my printer. They have them all here. And it's 100% free on Whole30.com. They give a shopping list. If you're a vegetarian, they have a shopping list for you. If you have certain food allergies or restrictions, they have those shopping lists too. It's amazing.
And is there a meal plan too?
Well, yes. I'm so glad you asked. It's right here. So these gives like portion sizes, and I don't know about y'all, but a whole can of Pringles is not a portion.
What?
I know. A whole sleeve of Thin Mints from Girl Scouts, not a portion. This gives us the guide. Notice there are no potato chips or cookies portions listed, but they kind of talk about here's what a meal looks like, here's what a pre-workout meal looks like, and a post-workout meal looks like. Very simple, and these are guidelines. Melissa Hartwig knows that you're the best judge of you, but she wants you to give this very strict 30 days so that you can get to the place where you really understand, am I hungry or am I craving? And then my favorite, she has a couple of books. Food Freedom Forever is great, but this is amazing. And it's typical price for a book, and it like a journal. So it takes you literally day by day through the program, and you get to write down what you're going through, and it really helps with the reintroduction part of the program. So before I move on to, I have this one little thing I want to say, just especially to all your moms. Did you have any questions about, or what questions did you have about?
Well, I want to invite the moms to include their questions in the comments below.
Excellent.
Because I know they'll have some of their own. So I'll just leave that to them and then let you continue.
Okay, that's perfect. And also, there is a forum, a Whole30 forum, and then you can ask like these designated Whole30 experts any Whole30 question, and they answer. It's amazing support.
It is amazing.
All of that is free. It's really unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's, of course, I have a job. So some people do choose to hire a Whole30 coach, and here's why. So I work with moms, and I work with moms on disciplining their children in developmentally appropriate ways. By the way, spanking and yelling are not in my repertoire for that. No judgment. I'm just saying it's not real effective. Research is really clear on that. And I also help moms who are struggling with substance use disorders, but anyone who wants to do the Whole30 and look at the food that they're feeding their families and the brain-gut connection, I'm your lady. So here, let me explain how it all kind of comes together. So for moms, there are two main areas. Number one, when we eat better, when we're eating whole natural foods that are full of good minerals and vitamins and they're not full of added hormones, we sleep better. Yeah. Our anxiety goes down. We're not craving chocolate. We're not snippy and grumpy, and we're not sneaking ice cream after the kids go to bed, right?
Yes.
We feel better. By the way, coffee is approved, so coffee is good to go. A lot of people ask me that.
Yeah.
The other thing is when we are less stressed, like once we're in control of our emotions, our anxiety is manageable, and we're thinking reasonably about things instead of, we're able to respond to our children's misbehavior rather than react.
Yeah.
So imagine when your kid is saying, no, I'm not going to bed. When what we want to do is go to bed right now. You know, we're like, getting that power struggle.
Yes.
So instead of that, we can just stay calm in that moment
Wow. Yeah.
because our bodies are okay. I mean, when we're hungry, what happens? We're cranky.
Yeah.
And so when we're tired, what happens? We're cranky. I'm sorry about that noise. So an added benefit is that we can model that better behavior for our children. We have more patience to deal with our children's misbehavior. We're reacting less, responding more. And of course, as a parent coach, I love that.
Yeah. We're setting ourselves up to succeed.
Absolutely. And so I have several clients right now whose children have leaky gut syndrome. And finally, doctors and scientists we're gaining traction with research on this. And when these children eat the wrong foods, their behavior is wacky. So now these moms, instead of disciplining these children for the misbehavior right away, they say, okay, wait, they went to a birthday party yesterday. Let me find out if they had the cake. Because I know when my kid eats gluten the next day, it's impossible.
Yep.
So now we're able to have compassion and empathy for our children. We can still set limits and boundaries. And in fact, I want you to. But we can also say to our child, hey, Junior, I know you're having a hard time right now. I just want to let you know that I also know that cake you had yesterday is a big reason why.
Yeah.
So why don't you go to your room, get yourself calmed down, and then we can come back and take a walk or blah, 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 whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Now you're not tearing your hair out. And Junior doesn't sit in his room saying, why did I do it again?
Yeah.
Informing him, when I eat these foods, my behavior is out of control.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about what the recipes look like? And are they family friendly? Are they, kid friendly?
So I love that question. So first of all, I believe in making just one meal. I do not believe that moms or dads should be short order cooks for their children.
Yeah.
Even if your child has sensitive foods and like sensation or sensitivity issues or something like that, they can eat what you provide without major modifications. It's part of having good manners because they're going to go to a girlfriend's house one day and you don't want them to say, oh, no, I eat my noodles with butter only. That would make a good impression on your girlfriend's parents. So they need to learn how to eat all foods. Allergies, of course, are different.
Yes.
So, and they can avoid foods, of course, that give them problems. And luckily, our culture is recognizing that.
Yes.
But here's an example of you can make chili. It's no bean, but there's chili. On my list for this week, I just did my grocery list this morning. So I'm making bacon, ground beef meatballs with zoodles. So I love the zucchini noodles.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of the butternut squash spaghetti. Or no, it's the spaghetti squash.
Yeah.
I'm not super fan of that, but the zucchini noodles, delicious.
Yes.
So another example is baked sweet potatoes with shredded beef.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, you use bacon.
I'm getting hungry.
I know, it's so delicious. You use bacon fat and whip it with the inside. It's like a twice baked sweet potato. Yeah. Bacon fat. I mean, this is healthy. Fats are so good for us.
Oh, yeah.
So we're using high quality bacon, and you can use that fat, put it in with that, whip it up there, and you top it with the beef or bacon and some fresh green onion.
That sounds
so one more. So one skillet dishes. You can do ground beef. I like the turkey better. Ground beef with some kale, onion, garlic, and you skillet with sweet potato. It's one skillet, so you only have one batch to clean at the end, and it is so delicious. I always have to make a double batch, and we finish it off.
I love it.
Yes.
Awesome.
And there, you can go online. There are so many free resources for Whole30 dishes. Now, there's a little warning. You do want to be very careful because some people call it Whole30 when it's not. So just be careful.
Okay. Great.
All right.
Is there anything else?
Okay, so actually, I have a gift for your moms.
Oh, wonderful.
So since they stayed, I guess, for the whole thing on the whole 30, I'm going to have a link. So you can click on that link and get 30 minutes free consultation. And so if you actually, no matter what you're calling for, you will have one thing to try as soon as we hang up. So tell me what you're struggling with, and I will give you one thing, one solution to try. I can't guarantee that it works because everybody's different, but you'll at least have one thing to try after talking with me for 30 minutes, with whether it has to do with recovery, the whole 30, or children's behavior. I'm happy to help, and I'll have that link available for you.
So mamas, this is so generous of Susan. This is not something that she offers the wide public. She has created this just for us. So I highly encourage you to do this for yourself. This is a free offering that she's giving us. And we'll include the link below here as well. And Susan, thank you so much. This has been incredible. I know, I'm really looking forward to trying the whole 30 for myself. So
yeah, listen, September is Whole 30 month. So there's a lot of groups and stuff online. Do a Whole 30 in September. Listen, I will tell you this. There are a lot of things that are hard in this life, like getting your heart broken or watching your child suffer their first heartbreak. Going without cheese for 30 days, that's not hard.
We can do it, especially in community.
Yes, community.
So let's just commit now, okay? We're going to be on this bandwagon. We're going to get on the Whole 30 bandwagon. So mamas, raise your hand if you're going to be joining us. I know I will be. And then if you want to maybe get a buddy, just say, again, put in the comments, hey, I need an accountability buddy to, like, you know, hold my hand and celebrate with. So that's, I know, really helpful.
If they put in the comments that they're interested, I have a private Whole 30 Facebook group.
Okay, good.
Completely free, totally free.
Awesome.
And we'll do a September Whole 30.
Okay, I can't wait. Well, thanks again. And I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks so much. Bye.
Bye, Susan.